I recently was weed eating and I hit my thermostat wires with my weed eater. After hitting my wires, I took off the panel of my outside AC unit. I hooked them up to the power 220. I am guessing when I did this there was a puff of smoke from right behind where I hooked up the wires. There is a little button on the outside unit where all the wires go to. I push that button and my outsidwe unit comes on the fan, compressor, etc. I have since unhooked my power and thermostat wires and hooked up a 220 window unit, and the house is very cool, but with winter approaching I need to get the heater part of it working. With that said, here is what I have tried. When I kick it on heater, the heater comes on cause I can smell it. It is just that my fan/blower is not working. My unit is in a mobile home. I looked on the internet and checked the transformer, and from what I can tell it is good. I also checked the relay with voltmeter and am getting volts, just not too sure if I'm checking it right or what. Can someone walk me through this please? Also try to check capacitor, but my voltmeter ain't the right style meter. Can I run my heater without the AC unit? That is what I would like to do.
All work to be done by licensed professional. We keep going until you have the information you need. I come and go. This is step 1. Welcome to Just Answer. Tell me please, exactly what the wires you cut look like. What color and how big was each wire? Was the wire you cut in a brown plastic sheath with 2 tiny conductors inside of it? The copper part of the wire, very thin, about the size of a small paper clip wire or stapler wire? Let me know, we can go from there.
Yes, they were exactly.
Hello again, those are 24-volt thermostat wires, and put power to the printed circuit board with its microprocessor chip. If you connect those to the 230-volt line power that feeds the outside unit, you will cause the printed circuit board to either blow a fuse or explode. The damage could be extensive. Go to the furnace, find where the gas line enters it, and lift that cover up 2 inches, then pull it out, and see if you can spot the printed circuit board. It's about 4 by 6 inches generally, with a lot of wires attached, and an automotive type fuse fit into it. If you do not find it behind that panel, remove the panel where the blower is located and look in there for the printed circuit card. If you do not see any damage there, access the controls in the unit that sits outside and look for similar damage there. Examine the card, look for signs of overheating, burnt spots or fire. We can go from there. Fill 41154.0067845718.
This unit is all alike as this printed circuit card in the same area as the transformer and relay breakers, etc.
Yes. If the wire you connected to the 230 volts came from the house, it will be the electric furnace inside that was damaged. If the wire you connected to the 230 volts came from the outside unit, it would be the controls in the outside unit that were damaged.
I do not see any signs of damage to the circuit breakers in the inside unit. Now the outside unit, when I put those 2 small wires on the big ones on the outside unit, that little box that has several wires coming from it, and looks like maybe a transformer on the back of it also, with a little button that when you push it the outside unit comes on. Now that did catch fire and start smoking, and I put it out. I have unhooked all the wiring from the outside unit to the inside, and when I turn on the heater it comes on. You can smell it, the blower just won't kick on. Sorry if I am confusing you.
Hello again, it will not be the breakers we are concerned with, those will handle the high voltage no problem at all. It is the printed circuit boards that are made for 24 volts that will burn to a crisp if you put 230 volts to them. As far as the blower inside goes, when you cut the wires that go inside, they could have shorted across and blown the fuse on the control card inside. Look for that. Ignore the breakers, those would not be damaged by such an event. We can go from there. Fill 41154.02345049777.
Is there 2 of them, and are they round that have H1, H2, H3, H4 on them? All I am seeing in there is 2 breakers, 3 round deals, maybe heating elements, a transformer, relay and the capacitor, and also those 2 round looking things with several wires coming from them. Those are the only things inside there. Am I in the right spot?
Hello again. The round deals are sequencing relays. Those have 24-volt coils in them that would be burned up if exposed to 230 volts. Look in the blower compartment for a printed circuit card. We can go from there.
Sir, I am not finding the PCB. Is it possible that my Coleman unit does not have them because I have pulled out the motor squirrel cage? I am looking at the heating coils and have traced every wire, and I am not finding this PCB. My wires that come from the thermostat from the wall go directly into a red wire that goes to a fuse 3 amp which was blown, and that wire keeps going to the transformer, and the green wire goes to a relay from the relay to the motor. I see no other pieces. Sir, I am not finding the PCB. Is it possible that my Coleman unit does not have them because I have pulled out the motor squirrel cage? I am looking at the heating coils and have traced every wire, and I am not finding this PCB. My wires that come from the thermostat from the wall go directly into a red wire that goes to a fuse 3 amp which was blown, and that wire keeps going to the transformer, and the green wire goes to a relay from the relay to the motor. I see no other pieces. Sorry, also a white wire, and it goes to the heating elements.
Hello again. Not all electric furnaces have a PCB. Yours may only have the sequencing relays with the 24-volt coils. There will be a wiring diagram glued to the inside of the furnace service panel that will show all of the components. So far it sounds like that furnace has no PCB and that the fuse may have saved the day. Replace the fuse. Let's see how it goes. If that fails, locate the 24-volt control coils on the sequencing relay and verify 24V to them. If the relays don't work with 24V applied, use a multimeter set on ohms to check the 24V coils for continuity with the wires removed from the coils only. We can go from there.
I don't understand. Verify 24 volt, and how do I apply the 24V to them? I did change the fuse. All I had was a 5 and not a 3. Is that okay?
5 amps is okay for now, during testing, but change it to 3 amps before you run the system. It protects the 24-volt transformer. You need a multimeter set on 0 to 100 volts AC to check for voltage across each of the two 24V terminals on the transformer. The red wire at the thermostat originates from one of the 24V connections on the 24V transformer. You can follow it and run into the transformer. You can also find it on the wiring diagram. I'm going to dinner in a bit and will be back in an hour or so. If I don't respond right away, I will put dinner off for a while, however, in order that you may not have to wait. You can buy a decent multimeter for $30 at a hardware store.
Yes, I have got a multimeter and have checked the transformer and got 27 volts coming out of transformer. I have tested it already.
Thanks for the data. Next, check is voltage to the sequencing relay coils. And the fan relay coil. Find those items on the wiring diagram and put the thermostat in heating mode and tell if you have 24V there or not. If not, jump a red to white where the thermostat wires land in the furnace. That simulates a call for heat. The thermostat may have been damaged by the high voltage. The white wire from the thermostat, by the way, does not go the heating elements. Those are 230 volts. The white wire carries 24V. It goes to relays that close contacts in order to put 230V to the heating elements. https://encryptedtbn1.google.com/images Q equals TBN N9 GC 2 N Re 50 PCI Agwelsis WOW 5 FISMI 1 NF42 Mlyanebs http://www.google.com/imgers Start equals 11 and num equals 10 and equals 1 and HL equals N and BIU equals 720 and B equals 314 and TBM equals ish and Tinit equals 846 SHW0 Ruviom : and imgreferal equals http://www.ebay.com/im/3325 electric heat sequencer relay 24 volts DPST TOD 12S22/360425140185 and girl equals http://www.ebay.com/im/33256 http://i.ebayam.com/t/electric heat sequencer relay 24 volts TPST thermo disk 12s22/00/s/ndov,253d%253d/%2524 kgrxgs 919%252 bu No foo ! 60_35. JPG and W equals 300 and H equals 300 and A equals C8 recuf S Vic 8 U4 A and Zoom equals 1 and IACT equals HC and VPX equals 374 and P equals 55 and DOR equals 7013 and Hub equals 225 and HubU equals 225 and TX equals 83 and TI equals 242 and SIG equals 114954887681598703544 and Page equals 2 and TBNH equals 118 and TBNW equals 135 and NDSP equals 15 and VED equals 1T:429, R:13, S:11, I:47. Find those on the wiring diagram. Notice the control coils inside them are operated by 24V. Red from the thermostat puts 24V to white on a call for heating, then white goes to one side of the sequencer coil. Then the other side of the sequencer coil goes back the transformer, but not to the red, but its sister terminal right next to it.
Okay, well, I'm getting heat when I turn my heater on at the thermostat. The heater clicks on, you can hear it, and seconds later you can smell it, just no fan coming on. Okay, well, I'm getting heat when I turn my heater on at the thermostat. The heater clicks on, you can hear it, and seconds later you can smell it, just no fan coming on. I have got 26.9 volts at the fan relay. Do you think it could be the capacitor?
All you need to do now is follow the wires from the fan motor to where one or two of them land on the fan relay and then find out why the relay isn't pulling the contacts together and putting power to the fan motor. Either the relay coil is bad, and it's getting 24V and not pulling in, or it's not getting 24V. You can see all that on the wiring diagram glued to the furnace. Just so you know, this is tricky business. Most techs 1 or 2 years of training in these things before they can do the work.
Okay, well, I will see what I can get done.
Stay in touch when you need to.
Well, seems I found the problem. I took my relay out and opened it up, and there it was. The little coil inside was fried to a crisp. So my relay is not sending power to the fan, correct?
Good work. And that's correct, the relay is not sending power to the fan. Hopefully that's the only part that burned out. You need an exact replacement if you want the job to go easily. http://www.mobilehomerepair.com/gas.html Call them on the phone, that works best. Thanks.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit JustAnswer.com/YTHI.